Is it working? Alright. Hi guys, we're back. Kerbal Space Program. Just did a couple of easy contracts that were just, testings landed, testing splashdown, just pretty much cheap money. And I did upgrade the mission control just so I can have unlimited contracts. I don't have to like, slog around with just a 7 contract limit. If I see any like very easy contract that I can just do on the spot like this, like bang, I'll just want to grab it and do it. I don't want to try and wait until I finish any of the big ones until I do that. There is still this one with the atmospheric survey. I will do it at some point, but I don't really have the mood on it right now. Wow, these things are actually moving around. Didn't know they usually did that. You saw that, didn't you? I'm losing my mind. All right. Well, anyway, uh, we still have problems with the Duna satellite, the Duna probe, I mean, which is very close towards, getting very close to the point where it needs to perform the burn to return, and it still hasn't got connection back to Kerbin, so that's just, splendid, if I would say the least. I just want to see where Kerbin is relative to Duna. So right now we are still far away from any potential encounter with it, so we don't have to worry about that. There is this one, which will be back in 4 years. There's a satellite. This one will be the first that we'll need to maneuver. The satellite that is in like an outer Duna inner dress orbit to sort of like hopefully maintain connection with the probes that we're sending past Duna and Dres. And yeah, apart from that, this one, the space probe coming back from, I think it's Eve. I can't remember exactly if it's Eve or Moho. They're both of them over here anyway. They will be getting back to Kerbin in a relatively short time, so we should be getting pre-ready and prepared for those. And then there is this one, which will be getting in the Jewel encounter in also a relatively short time. So let's go on right on with it. We'll first start with the wait, so this is this satellite. The other satellite is already in an orbit, so we don't need to worry about it. We'll start with this satellite. We'll wait for it to get into position, and then we will perform the burn. Meanwhile, waiting and praying that we will somehow this satellite will allow the Duna probe to regain connection with Kerbin. I just hope beyond anything that it will happen. Otherwise, we are. I mean, we're gonna get it back eventually, but it will have to wait a bunch more burn arounds, and that's really not what I had in mind. So that's the entire network. Oh, we have connection back to Duna. That is wonderful, and it's connected with the satellite that we've sent here. Well, regardless with what satellite it connects, if we have connection, that is wonderful, and that's what I want. I don't want to miss the interval. Alright, it will be in just 3 days, so might as well go on ahead and fly it. So we can get it into position. These satellites obviously have very powerful signal strength because they use the latest technology. Latest array technology. Yeah. They're also like pretty much in the middle of nowhere, so gives you a little bit of time to sit and contemplate the vastness that there is in space, and also how the sun gets. This is also something that will be interesting to see once we switch back to the probes that we sent to Jewel and Ilu, to notice just how the sun gets smaller and smaller as we get further and further away from it. That's also something I'd say pretty nice to witness in the grand scheme of things. Only to perform on 1,400 meters per second burn. I think we have enough in this main tank to do it. but just in case we don't, we still have the nuclear ones ready to go. So let's go on and time warp until the necessary time. And we're gonna stop. Oh, okay. Getting very close here. Trying to think about how long this burn will take. Probably like a minute and something, so we'll have to start the burn at roughly, I would say 45 seconds maybe. I'm also trying to take into consideration the possibility that we don't have enough fuel. So yeah, I did start the burn earlier, but I did that with the consideration that we might not have enough fuel in this stage and we'll have to switch stages to the nuclear one, which is way weaker. But also this is a satellite, so we don't need to perform such a precision burn. And we can do with slightly smaller one in any case. I mean, all it matters is that we are in the right position. It doesn't matter how close we are to that position. It seems that the decoupler has set us a little bit off target, but we have the monopropellant and the reaction control system to get us back on. And yeah, it looks like we did need to switch, and with this switch we apparently started the burn way too late. But that is fine. 3 minutes is really not that long of a time, so we will just get there relatively fast, especially with the ×4 time acceleration. Once again, reminds you just you know, the amount of time that you need to wait to perform all these missions is ridiculous, like in general. And with that, we should be good to go. We're gonna wait until we have a little bit more, and then we're gonna get it back the regular speed, and that will be it. I would say that this pretty much puts our satellite in the designated position, and we should be fine to work with. Alright, that solves that, so let us get back to the Space Center first, check in for some new missions, if there are any. Heat shield, science data from space around Kerbin, satellite in equatorial orbit, large landing gear orbiting Ike. So yeah, there are new missions that are pretty difficult, but the thing is that these missions, they are, how can I say, they are more tedious than they actually like promote the advancement, you know. Missions that would promote the advancements would be things like, you know, explore the North Pole of Dres, or you know, perform a flyby of a certain, you know, planet or something. But things that, you know, require to test a specific part in a specific condition on a specific moon, those are not too interesting. But anyway, we have connection back to Duna. My God, this is so. Are you telling me that we don't have connection with this one? We do have connection with this one, and the reason why we didn't have connection with this one until now is because Duna blocked it. Well then, I'm not gonna complain about that. Let's bring our boys home, man. And by boys, I mean these metallic objects. There you go. We have outer space satellite unloaded. I don't know what that means, but we have signal strength to it. So that's what I would like to see. Now I want to see where Kerbin is. Now in this case, we only have the nuclear engine, so and we will need to burn for a much more substantial time. So with that in mind, we will need to burn. We need to start a burn at a more, like, at the right time. That is one thing, so we don't, like, you know, miss this encounter. But also we'll need to burn, you know, for a very long time, which will probably require me to once again skip ahead and, you know, not bother you with that. Anyway, let's go and get to the moment, well, carefully checking that we can maintain signal strength. I mean, we should. We have like passed over Juna, so I don't think there should be any risks. But you know, there you can never know when like just a random asteroid randomly blocks the connection for like 1 second and then you're fucked. Oh right, look at this. The signal is actually getting stronger. Guess it's because the satellite that we have is getting closer to our probe. So that is good. That's, you know, even better than we could have hoped for. Now we knew that it took us like 4 minutes to perform 400 meters per second of a burn, so I'm expecting that this burn will probably take us like 10 minutes, so we will need to start the burn at roughly 5 minutes before we reach node T. That would be my rough estimation. So now as we count down almost to the precision, getting even better signal strength. That is wonderful. Goddamn, I don't want to you know, brag or toot my own horn or anything like that, but I'm happy that I thought about sending these satellites out to regain connection. Otherwise, wouldn't have any chance to bring this thing back, all things considered. Okay, let's just start the burn for a probe. So it's less than 5 minutes, but we roughly got it right. It will be like 4 minutes. We'll need to start the burn at like 4:13. No, not 4:13. 4:43 will be the time where you want to start the burn. So it's like half of the estimated burn, just like before. The rules are the same. Only difference is that we are operating with like bigger numbers. And go. And I'll see you guys when we complete the burn. Before I do that though, I'm actually curious. I don't think I want to know the answer for this, but what would happen if we lost connection while the engine was still running? Would it keep running, or does it have like a mechanism to shut down in this particular situation? Just something to think of. Alright then. See you guys in just a bit. Alright, and as we can see, we pretty much got the orbit just like we wanted. Let me just do a quick save over here. We can go ahead and delete this. We no longer need it. So yeah, we will be getting back to Kerbal, and all we can do over here is, if we want to, we can try and bring this as close as we can, but that is not always necessary, and we can also make additional adjustments once we get even closer. But if we can't do them now, then might as well do them now. Costs less fuel to do them when you're further away than it costs to do them when you're, for example, in the atmosphere. I don't think we'll be able to get the encounter right on here. Probably keep lowering the periapsis until some point where it will just start going up. It's gonna be another one of those very janky encounters that just sends us flying all over the place pretty much. Holy crap, what is going on here? I... Yeah, this is fine. It's really not that big of an inclination. 5 degrees, that's nothing. Wanted to get as close as we can so that we can... Oh, that will be it. We will want to use Kerbin surface to like, you know, aero brake ourselves back down. So I would like, right before the encounter, that will be somewhere over there, add a maneuver. 2 years, huh? Really? No, that's the... No, it is 2 years. Wait, what the hell? Where is this encounter? Okay, that's more reasonable. 371 days. We're gonna get that encounter, and yeah, we'll be bringing back the Duna expedition, which was the first that we've sent, just in case you forgot. But it will not be the first that we're gonna bring back. Scientific data from the surface of Moho. Now this is more of a mission that I would like to try out. Also to test stack and radial decouplers at launch site. These are just free money, so I'm gonna grab them. But yeah, this is something that is, feasible and that could uh, expand our pursuit of science. So I don't know, maybe we can grab it. We'll send a probe at some point to Moho. I'm considering probe and not astronauts just because it's kind of close to the sun and I'm afraid it might burn up. But we'll see. We have the time ahead of us to think about that. So let me just quickly go through those missions that we have. So we need to test the stack decoupler. Coupling. Which one? This one. And I think it's this one. Pretty much the basic early on. For some whatever reason, I guess they forgot all the. Someone must have spilled coffee over the data that we already have about from using these decouplers thousands of times. So there you go. Test and test. Just free money. But yeah, I don't mind. It might seem that I'm like lowering my IQ with this every single one of these tests, or this one to like heat shield splash down on Kerbin. This one is also pretty easy, simply because we have a very close by ocean. Jesus, it's always scary to see that. Now there's also some observational reports and some of these missions. Why do they have to be on the other side of the fucking planet? Seriously now. This is annoying. So one of them is the one that we haven't done. Can't remember. It must be this one. And then there are these ones. Like a freaking South Pole. And I mean we can fly. They're on the other side of the South Pole, so we can just fly towards the South Pole and pass it and then get to these places. Not sure if we have enough fuel on the ships to do that, but that's one of the things that we can do. Alright, let's see what else we have here. In this episode, I want to bring back at least one ship back to Kerbin. So we have this one going for Jewel. So, and we lost connection to it again. It's fine, no problemo. And we have this one that is coming back. So let us see how this one approaches Jewel first. And do we need to make any? We don't have. We only put it so we remember that we have an encounter. But as I said, it takes a long time to get close to Jewel, so I'm not afraid of missing it, simply because Jewel has such a massive gravitational attraction. Alright, I think we can stop now. Yeah, so we have enough time to switch to the R1. Right. What I can do is I can go ahead, fly this mission. We don't have any control of it, don't we? Yeah, it's just dead. We can delete the node. Cannot delete maneuver node. Control locked. Really? We cannot delete maneuver nodes because we don't have connection. That is new. And we cannot add maneuver nodes either. That's pretty cool. That's something that I didn't consider. Color me impressed. You got me on that one. Right, well, want to see if it is possible to see Jewel at this time around. It's back on the same idea. It is very far, but the thing is that Jewel, compared to the other planets, it's much bigger. Look at this. This is what I was talking about. Look how small the sun is when you're this far away from it, you know. And we're gonna get even further away with Ilu. But yeah, we are so far away now. It's like it should be a new milestone for like the furthest we have traveled away from like the from our home pretty much. And we haven't physically traveled. I mean, not with a Kerbal, but still, you get the point. Right. So that was that. Now let's see this one. There is this one, and there's gonna be another one coming as well pretty shortly. So yeah, let's see who will make the honors to be the first interplanetary probe to return back to Kerbin. We can figure that out by checking the data. And it's the one coming from Moho. So ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Moho. We are coming back home. Let us see. We will wait until we get that to that maneuver node, and at that point we will be making a very slight adjustment just to get our periapsis within the atmosphere, and then we'll have to see. It will probably take a few attempts. This is the first time I return a ship from like an interplanetary travel back to Kerbin. So you know, it's something. Ah, shit, we missed it. It is something that's a first as well. Let me focus on Kerbin over here. We are right next to it. Right on here. Prepare to burn. This looks pretty interesting. Got some weird moon encounter over there probably. And less than 1,000,000 meters. Less than 500,000 meters. And we're gonna go on the dark side again. I am just so bad at getting these ships back. I almost hate myself for it. Okay. So we're gonna bring it at like 50, 59, which should be pretty shallow, but just in case we need to make more adjustments. So yeah, let's get it. Can we see Kerbin from over here? Wait. It should be just a second. Should be over there. It is still a bit far away, but no, we can see it. We can see it. Look, there it is. Kerbin and the moon. We're coming back home, guys. We are almost there. After so many days of waiting and so many travels, we are going back home. Aren't you excited, guys? I'm sure if there were any Kerbonauts over here, they would be like cheering at this point. Yeah, look at that. There is the moon. I think we can almost see Minmus as well. I'll probably have to like accelerate just to see the movement in order to spot it. We can definitely see the moon. Can definitely see Kerbin. Well, Minmus must be around there somewhere. We'll see it when we get closer. It's a very interesting encounter, by the way. We're coming like from the side. So what will be the idea of here? We will be detaching the fuel tanks to the side, and we'll have this main one that will attempt to slow us down as we get closer, like while we are in the atmosphere, in order to form an orbit, and then we'll just detach the rest. There it is. There's Minmus as well. Finally made contact with the second moon of Kerbin. And we are less than 4 hours away until we are captured in the gravitational field of Kerbin. Well, not captured, but just encountering it. And that will happen right about now. We got it. We are within Kerbin gravity. Alright, let's quick save quickly over here. We will be passing by Minmus pretty close, I think. Alright, so I did quick save just in case we will need to make any additional adjustments. What do we have here? We have initiated the first flyby of Joel! God damn it, I've missed that! Ah, alright, you know what? I have quick saved. Let me go back to that one. There's 3 days until we can get back to Kerbin. I want to see the flyby of Jewel. It's still gonna take a long while until we get close to it, but yeah. Where is the gas giant? Reveal yourself, Jewel! You have no way to hide yourself from me. I am inside you now. Well, not exactly, but still, that sounded very wrong. Wait. Wait, so the ship is almost oriented like to the periapsis. So that means that it should be on this side somewhere? Yes, there it is, Joel! Hey, we can see it. Pretty small, but believe me, it is one of the biggest things you'll ever see in your life. And we can see with we cannot see them yet, but we will be able to see all its satellites over here. Bop, Pole, Tylo, which one were the others? I forgot. Bop, Pole, Layet, Val, Tylo, and Jewel itself. So our encounter goes on like this, then we will also encounter Tylo, and then we'll fling back around and go into an orbit that would... Oh, Jesus Christ. I have a question. Why is this orbit still expanding? Do we have a gravitational assist that is so strong that will send us on an escape trajectory from the sun? It might be. That might be what's happening right now. So unless we get control of the ship back, we might be on a one-way journey outside of the Kerbal system, wherever that will lead us. But until we'll deal with that, we will have to go back and bring us home. Where is it? We should be able to see it now. Is it this one? Wait, outer space probe. Should be one that no longer has. There you go, this one. Alright, we're back on it. The one from Moho is coming back. Okay, so the plan for this one, as I said, we'll do this right now. We will be detaching these. No longer need them. We will be deploying the inner solar panels, which we will be retracting once we get closer into Kerbin atmosphere, so we don't lose them. Not sure exactly what will happen to these things that we shot away. We will close the service bay. We will... the radiator is already turned on. We will orient ourselves to the periapsis. And we will just approach it just like in the good old days. And hope that we are not low enough that it will burn us, but, you know, not high enough that we won't be able to get captured by it. It will take a few roundabouts of Kerbin. That's a fancy way of saying orbit that I've just invented. But yeah, With a decent and a close enough approach, we will be able to get to it. Look at Minmus. Ah, we're just gonna barely fly by it. It goes. Yeah, there it is. Huh. I think one of the things that we shot out might be getting even closer to it. Pretty close to actually like smash into it. We might be getting also pretty close to the moon as well, because it's gonna come around, and as we get closer and closer still, we're gonna see it from this side. Yeah, boy. Yeah, we're gonna be coming from like below the Kerbin. The Kerbin, because it's only one. Oh boy, I am excited. Are you excited? You better believe I am excited. Okay. I think we are close. At this point we will be getting science close. Let us retract the antenna so we don't have any problems with it. We should be close enough to get the signal strength required, and we're gonna go ahead and retract the solar panels. Hopefully we do have enough battery up until we get, well, look at, we can see the moon setting from this side. It is a very weird angle to come at, but let me tell you, I am excited and ready like I've never been before. I mean, the only moment I've been more excited was when I made a flyby of Eve and got through like Eve's atmosphere. What do you mean under acceleration? What? Did Kerbin's atmosphere expand since the last time I've been here? I know I've been away for a long time, but goddamn, 30,000 mirrors? Alright. Yeah, we will be seeing a sunset, also a Minmus set, if that's a thing. And apart from that, we'll be seeing pretty much Jack, as we will be getting on that side of Kerbin. It is not lit up. And hopefully, I think we should be able to get ourselves back, even without the engine, simply because we can look at the speed, and the speed is like 3,500, and we know that coming back from the moon, we usually come back with a speed of 3,000, roughly. So yeah, should be fine. This, however, is less fine. Let's activate the reaction control systems, and as we get closer to the periapsis, but not before we touch it, we are gonna turn on the engine. This is very scary. If you are scared, don't worry, I'm here with you. Right, turn on the engine. Slow ourselves down to prevent overheating, and slow ourselves down to get ourselves captured. We will need to do this. Right now we are escaping Kerbin. So I'm hoping that the combined power of air resistance combined with the power of our very weak nuclear engine, with whatever fuel we have into it, will be enough to capture us. It's getting there. It's getting there. I think we have enough. We are going back up, so overheating is no longer a problem. And we are captured. Wonderful. And we can just keep burning as far as I'm concerned. The more we slow down, the better it will be when we come back around. We'll have a smaller speed, that is. We do have the heat shield, obviously. If we detach this final stage, we have a heat shield over here, so we could be prepared for doing that. We still have... oh yeah, we are regenerating battery with this thing. Alright, let's bring it closer and closer still. We can also raise the periapsis if I'm afraid that we are going in like too steep at 40,000, which is relatively steep if I were to be honest myself. Once we get like at the apoapsis, we'll burn a little bit and raise it up. Alright. I don't think we need to extend the antenna anymore. 38. Alright. Perhaps this is almost into the surface at this point, which is not good. We are still coming in pretty fast. Alright, let us go. It is gonna be pretty fun because of the way that we are traveling around the planet. We're gonna come up around and sort of like see the North Pole. Northern Kerbal Pole. Obviously the debris that we have sent around are just gonna go back into outer space. They may come back at some later point later on. We don't know. Alright, let me go prograde over here because I want to raise this up a little bit. This I don't need the reaction control system right now. Beautiful, just beautiful, and there's simply no other words to encompass the feeling that you have right here. Alright, that looks decent enough. Now go put yourself back on retrograde. I think we are safe to do another quick save over here, since this first encounter went very smoothly. And yeah, let's get back. We're going back down and down and down. And should be back over here. 40 minutes. We will be ending this episode after I manage to get this ship back to Kerbin safely. Alright, just a little bit more, maybe a little bit too much. Reactivate the reaction control system and let's see how this one looks. With any luck, we might be able to go down with this one. There is a question to be made of whether or not to keep the engine when we land, and it's something that I do not know the answer to. The thing is that this engine has very little thrust, so it's not like it's gonna slow us down too terribly much. But at the same time, the whole ship that it is, like over here, it's also pretty heavy, so I'm not confident that the scientific material will survive an impact like with the ocean or something. So we might need to keep this just to like, not to slow us down, but to like basically absorb the impact as it crashes and smashes into the surface. Alright, we are once again slowing down. At this time we have a much more reasonable speed, so we don't risk overburning. And obviously the atmosphere slows down, reducing the apoapsis as well. And once we get a little bit closer to it, we are going to turn on the engine as well to do what is known as a powered descent. Very happy that there are no gigantic mountains on Kerbin. I mean, You know, there are some at like 10,000 meters, but that's about it. It's like 8,000 or something. Right, we begin. We turn on our engine, hoping that this will slow us down enough to just get capture on this run. I wouldn't mind if we get all the way over here. I would actually appreciate it, so we don't, so we can land on like a lit up side of Kerbin. We are hitting the periapsis right now, and we are going back up. But the thing is that we are deep enough that we'll probably get encountered over here. Yeah, we are definitely not going back up anymore, like back into outer space. We are 100% landing over here, and I'm just trying to do it in such a way that we could land somewhere where we have some sunlight. And it should work out from what it seems. We will go up and around. We're gonna hit the apoapsis pretty soon, which is pretty small apoapsis. It's within the atmosphere, and then we're gonna go back down. The periapsis will soon go through the surface, and I'm not sure if we're gonna hit a lit up side. Yeah, the sphere has way more resistance than you might expect. We are not landing over here. It looks a bit mountainy. Oh, just my luck. I mean, I did return a ship from like, I can't remember, was it from like Minmus? I did like a very quick mission. Okay, we're going back down. So I had a return from Minmus and I landed like right on the slope of a mountain. It's pretty rare to happen. You gotta be kind of unlucky, but I don't exclude that possibility. There's also the danger of running out of electricity if we try and land on a non-lit up side, but at this point we've crossed the point of no return. Not sure if the terrain, how the terrain differs. You know, I would like to have like a terrain map of Kerbin, so that I can see where the hell am I landing, even if I don't have the light. You know, that would be an idea. Things are heating up quite substantially. I mean, we do have... Wait, I forgot. We do have 4 parachutes. I think that should be enough to slow us down. I forgot that we did put a lot more parachutes on these ones than on pretty much all the ships before combined. Well, not combined, but more on than the regular ships that we send. We usually put 2 parachutes on those. This one has 4, so it should keep us. Right, it does seem that we are overheating. Guess we can start the engine just to slow ourselves down a little bit faster so we don't experience the effects of overheating too roughly. And it also repowers our batteries, so there's that benefit to it. Recharges would be the right word. Kind of a long episode today, I'm not going to lie, but it is a historical episode. We have switched to the surface mode now, since we are getting close to the surface, as you might expect. We are slowing down more and more, almost past the threshold at which there's no longer a risk of overheating. That's like about 1,400 meters per second. It is slightly slower to get there because once again we have a much weaker engine. It is very efficient, but it has very low thrust. It's like it has the lowest thrust of pretty much all the engines that we have, I think. Don't quote me on that. All right, I think we should be in the clear. We still need to slow down, and we are getting very close to the surface. I think I'm gonna keep the engine running. Thing is that if we were to encounter a mountain over here, we would be in pretty deep problems. Alright. No more overheating effects. I'm just trying to look for where the drogue chutes are located. Radial mounted drogue chute. And they are safe to deploy. I think we're gonna go over the ocean. Once again. Seems to be just our luck. And the other parachutes are also safe to deploy now. We no longer need the monopropellant. Drogue chutes deployed, and soon the regular ones will be deployed as well. Look at the moon. Beautiful sight of the moon as we are returning from Moho. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is indeed where history is made. Other parachutes have been deployed, and it is slowing us down to a good old 10 meters per second, which is just kind of at the limit at where the freaking things would explode if we hit something. I mean, 10 meters per second is pretty substantial speed. You wouldn't want to hit a wall at 10 meters per second, so yeah. Let's turn on the engine. It will slow us down roughly 1 more meter per second, which should pretty much put us on the safe side. I don't have any expectation that I'll recover the engine, and I really don't need to, but I do want to recover all the science. And touchdown! We lost a fuel tank, but the engine survived. It's gonna go to the bottom of the ocean, but fine. And we've returned home from a flyby of Moho, and ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. Recovering the vessel will effectively yield us the success of the mission, together with a grand total of 621 science, bringing us to a grand total of 857 science, while also completing the contract of scientific data from space around Moho. Congratulations, everyone! We've made history. And with these points that we have right now, we will be able to grab more advanced technology over here. We're gonna go ahead for the advanced science tech, which will get us even more instruments to perform science with, as well as the drilling equipment. And I'm also going to get, I think, heavy landing, which together with heavy aerodynamics will allow us to basically reinvent the Boeing. Alright, well, that has been pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to see more. And when I'll be coming back next time, we will be witnessing two things. First off, the flyby of Jewel, and second off, the return of the ship from Eve back to Kerbin. See you guys next time with whatever I am going to make. Bye bye.